want to bring a verse to your attention that we sometimes read over but we don't understand, but this is what you need to apply in your Bible study, in your reading of the Bible, and that is Romans 1:20. You need to apply Romans 1:20 in everything you read in your Bible, from the Old Testament right through to Revelations, from Genesis to Revelations, and it says the following: For the invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they were without excuse. So it's saying God's nature, the invisible things that are created in the world, are clearly understood, seen and understood by the things that are made. So God's essence, God's nature is hidden out in nature, in animals and plants and mountains and rivers and the ocean. It's saying everything He made, there's something of Him in that thing, and you need to know that to find the meaning of that thing being used in the Bible. I'm going to give you an example. The lion in the Bible, the Lion of Judah. A lion, when it was written and used and they saw it in the Bible, looks exactly the same. The nature is still exactly the same as it's today. So you need to find God's nature in the lion to understand why it's used in those places it's used. And it's not because a lion is the king of the jungle, like we think. They don't have a jungle up there, in the deserts where the lions roam. What is a lion's nature? And if you go look at a lion's nature, you realize that the lion is the only cat in the cat family that functions through a family. All other cats function either on their own or two, not lions. A lion focuses on family. One lion raises the other lions so that the other lions can get their own pack, their own pride. Other cats doesn't do that. So if you go look at the nature, the way a lion's eyes look, when it roars, all the things they are speaking about God, are speaking about Jesus. When He says, I'm a lion, that's who He is. Those things that a lion can do in nature, that's what He's saying, that's who He is. Go look at how a lion hunts. It speaks of God. Everything is in it. So you need to understand that. I'll give you another example. A fish. Here comes Jesus and says, I'm going to make you fishermen of men. Why would He say something like that? Fishermen of men. They were fishermen, they understood it. So what is a fish? If you have to catch a fish, He's going to make them somebody that's going to catch fish. What is fish then? If they need to be caught by them, and they are working with Jesus, so they're working with Jesus, they need to catch fish, which are people. Oh, then you start saying, okay, so if fish is a type, a shadow of people, what type of people then? And you realize, oh, the Bible speaks about fish in a couple of places, and they normally get tossed around by the currents and just follow one another. And the ocean where they swim is, the sea is being taught as your soul, or nations that are in disarray. When the wind blows, it becomes quite stormy. Your soul, when you're not happy, it becomes quite stormy. So these fish are actually unsaved people that needs to be fished by fishermen to come into the kingdom. And you get different type of fish. You get sharks that you maybe have to catch, or small fish. But fish are unsaved people. And you will see in the Bible, it is actually what it is saying. Those things are there. So do you see how you can find treasures hidden in the Bible? Habakkuk 1:14. And makest men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them. There it's saying that men are a type and fish are a type of one another. It's explaining to you the spiritual thing that you read later when Jesus came. That's why Jesus used the terminology of fishermen. They all understood what it means. Alright? That's why they became fishermen of men. We can almost always find a shadow or a type of something mentioned in the New Testament, in the Old Testament. Always. And today, to apply something, you can go look at it in the Old Testament and the New Testament to bring it alive through the Spirit to be used for today, to be applied for today.